to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka the Name Butcher. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and just about anything under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So if you're a first-time viewer, be warned. Also, if you're a first-time viewer or you're attending live, you can ask your questions over in the chat, whichever direction it might be in for you. Feel free to ask your questions. There are no dumb questions. I know that there are varying levels of awareness in this hobby, from very beginner to intermediates, advanced, what have you. Feel free to ask your questions. And of course, if you're not able to attend live, you can always ask your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It is in the description below, as well as a link to wavethebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness. Wavethebrush.com's got links to all the social medias and the Discord, which has been fantastic. And of course, links for t-shirts. Want to get yourself a t-shirt? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world. They're wearing a Wave the Brush t-shirt. Of course, if you purchased yourself a shirt, send me a picture of yourself in your shirt and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine. And because, why not? Everybody loves to, see monkeys shirts. Monkey shirts. It goes hand in hand. Also on wavethebrush.com also is links for Patreon support. A huge thank you to all my patrons who currently support me. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to, upkeep and upgrade and all these other things. And so, huge thank you to all my patrons. And if you're considering patron support, I only ever charge per episode of Wave the Brush, which is only done every week. So, once a week, 4 weeks in a month, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. And of course, if you're not able to support monetarily, meaning money, of course, you can always thumb up the video, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff, follow, and share. Share the video. That's a nice one. Share the video. So that there's anybody around and you say, hey, I need some help with my painting and things like that. And they go, oh, well, I know just the guy. And, and bang. You know what? I forgot to change this. I'm going to change this right now. Ba-boom. There we go. Mood lights. Mood lights. I forgot my mood lights. So anyway, yeah. So, all that stuff helps support the channel. And then, it doesn't cost you a dime. It only costs you a second of effort. And, what is that? What does that cost anybody, right? So, yeah. And a big thank you to Guy Mir Alfer, a.k.a. Carl, a.k.a. Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out if you love yourself some beer and you love yourself some Blood Bowl. We always say thank you to Carl for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingle that plays before the email segments of the show. And, yeah, so it's always a big thank you to Carl because, he contributes to put a smile on our faces and, help us enjoy this hobby just that bit more. Just that bit. That's not even good English. That's not good English. Who's joining us today? Ghost the Starman Deluxe. I have been painting lead belcher details onto Marines for at least about 3 hours. Oof. Lead belcher details, like the bolt guns and like the little techno doodads and stuff like that. Good gravy. The Gim, there he is. Just remember, kids, if your dad doesn't have a beard, you have two moms. Well, there, you heard it from the Gim. If your dad doesn't have a beard, you have two moms. Okay. Frankie Lee Bailey, good morning, Kris. What have you been working on painting this week? Did you get any chance to try any other ways of using contrast this week? Nothing sprang to mind. I mean, I'm still working on, because I'm doing for Mini Wargaming, I've been doing the quick tips on using the contrast on the Beast of Nurgle, which is obviously a very organic model. The shapes, the details are all very organic. and other ways of using contrast. Like it's just kind of. I'm trying to think of what the right word is. It's kind of fly by the seat of the pants kind of thing, but not like I don't have a plan. I don't sit there and go, how can I use contrast today and write it down. I just when I'm working on the model and I'm looking at the shapes and things of that nature, and it's like, okay, what can I do here? What can I do? How can I use contrast in this situation? If I'm going to use contrast in this situation, how am I doing it? How is it different? And so, yeah, I mean, like, the big thing about, paints, contrast, and everything else is that, it's entirely, random as far as where we'll go with it, right? I mean, like, I might use a particular paint line a certain way, and you might not use it the same way. You might use it in other ways, and then another artist might use it in another way, and so on and so forth. So even a same paint line might get used multiple different ways, and ways that all the other artists, like, it might be not, very drastic differences, but very little variations in technique or how it's done, or you know what I mean. So there's always something different, and just because one person says with a particular product this is how it's done, that ain't so. So yeah, but as far as like other ways to use contrast, it's a paint, and I mean there's many ways to use a paint. George Hintz over on Twitch. Hi, Monkey Kink. Huh? The Kinjin. Good morning, Kris. Hope your weekend has gone well. Yes, it was. I had a lovely weekend. I mean, well, it's still Sunday today. I mean, but had a wonderful visit from my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and my nephew. They stayed with us for a couple days. They were in the area and they were doing touristy stuff, and so they came and stopped by and visit us, and it was just wonderful. Always nice to see how big my nephew is getting, and how he's becoming his own person, and it's really great. And it's always great to see my brother-in-law, because my brother-in-law, I've known him for as long as I've been with my wife, so he's been my friend for a very, very, very long time, and so yeah. But yeah, it's always great. But it was good. It's a good weekend. Paul Wood, woo! First time catching a live show. Keep up the awesome work, man. Used your contrast beast of Nurgle tips in my local store for a 30-minute painting challenge last week. Came second. Thanks. Awesome. That's good. That's great to hear. That's awesome. Good job, Paul. A 30-minute painting challenge. That's interesting. Like, yeah, you might have to elaborate a bit on that one. Like, what was the challenge? 'Cause that sounds like it'd be fun. Like a 30-minute paint challenge. Like, how much? Like, was it complete a model in 30 minutes, or was it like get as much of a model painted in 30 minutes, or yeah. Matthew Hagen. Oh, he's talking to Ghost Summer Deluxe. I know your pain. Matthew Hagen. On the plus side, all the wet blending is done on the night. Cool. Ashley John. I want to try contrast, but I do worry, will it match the rest of my army? Yeah, see, that's where a bit of experimentation. That's where if you can go in and check out demos of the paints, and bring your model side by side and see, now, most of the common colors in Citadel's line, I'm sure they're color matched pretty closely to contrast. Like ultramarine blue in contrast is probably pretty close to McCraig blue. I've not done a side by side. I'm sure somebody else out there has done a side by side. I don't know, but if not, maybe I'll do a side by side. Because I mean, like, it would be kind of interesting to see like Flesh Tears Red. I always think of that one as Mephiston Red, and I'd actually be kind of curious to see how close that is to Mephiston Red, you know. And is Blood Angels Red close to, I don't know, Evil Sun Scarlet, right? Iandin Red, or Iandin Red, Iandin Yellow. Is it close to Uriel Yellow? You know? Now, mind you, it's kind of hard to determine that because the contrast color, the way it works, is you lay it on top of a light base. So it's going to give you basically like essentially three tones. It's going to give you the highlights, it's going to give you the mid-tone, it's going to give you the shadow. Whereas, say, McCraig Blue, the base paint, it's just going to give you one tone. Then you have to hit it with either Nuln Oil or Druchii, not Druchii Violet, you know, that blue. Drakenhof, right? And then give it a quick little edging in a lighter blue, like Calf Blue or Calgar Blue, whatever it is, you know, to get the similar type of tones. Now, see, there's 3 steps of paint you have to do. So, yeah, color matching can be a bit of a challenge, but, you know, it's not impossible. And I imagine that Games Workshop took the time to try and color match those paints as closely to that other 3-step process with the regular paints that you would get, right? You'd get a similar look. I'd imagine that's probably the way they went about it. Mr. Eversberg, he super chatted 99. Thank you. $1. Thank you. The Gim, where's Keith? Should have him as a guest. They left early this morning because they got to work tomorrow, so they're gonna travel all day today, driving back home. It's like an 8.5 hour ride. They were gonna take the ferry, which would add probably like another hour onto their trip. So, but I don't know if they took the ferry. I think they're just heading straight home. But either way, yeah. Matthew Hagen, super chat $5. Thank you, Matthew. Keep being awesome. Well, thank you. I will endeavor to remain awesome. I've got nothing for that. I don't know. Ghost Star Man Deluxe. Kris, did ya grab some beers yesterday? Yesterday? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, it was beers Friday. Drinks yesterday. Yeah. Not too much yesterday. But Friday night, yeah. Because we had a fire and everything like that. We sat around. Yeah, we were up late Friday night. Ooh. And it's been a while since Kris has had quite a few beers, and yeah, I noticed. I felt it. I'm not gonna lie, I felt it. Sophie Wow. Sunday going to be the new stream day, Kris? Not a bad idea. Yeah, so on Discord I had posted that possibly Sundays might become a thing as far as Way of the Brush. Way of the Brush has always been Saturdays, but it looks like we may move to Sundays. Possible. We're about 4 weeks out from that occurring, because my schedule may be changing. At Mini Wargaming, we're going to be doing physical classes, hands-on, possibly seminar. Mostly we're gearing towards a hands-on type of experience for either guests staying with us and or the people in the area or anybody who might be in the area at the time. We're going to put on classes. For now, we're only looking at Saturdays, which is why I'm saying Way the Brush may move to Sundays when that time comes. But yeah, we're going to do classes. So if you've ever wanted to come in and learn from me just about anything, yeah. Now, the classes will be structured. Like, for example, the first class coming up will be about mastering the base coat. Now, that might sound a little intense saying mastering, you know, right? But essentially what it is this is an entry level type of class. This is designed to be for newer people, and basically it's just getting laying down the foundations for laying down nice smooth base coating. thinning your paints, proper brush control, proper brush care. Right? These are fundamentals. Everybody knows that I talk about the fundamentals all the time, and this is just going over fundamentals for new people who struggle with these concepts and, achieving nice smooth base coats and, thinning their paints and brush control, and you know what I mean. So it's an entry level type of program. I feel, I often just talk about how I kind of lose perspective on what's advanced, what's new, what's intermediates, what's what have you. But I do feel that is very entry level, beginner. I say I like entry level better. Does entry level sound better than beginner? Because I mean, you could obviously say noob, right? Oh, it's a newbie class, right? But if it's a beginner class, then okay, I'm a beginner, right? If it's entry level, you're entering. Yeah, maybe beginner's better. I'm just trying to think of how to word these things so that so the concepts are conveyed much clearer, right? So that when people are signing up, they're not saying, "Oh, well, it was entry because I was entering," and I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should just have it as beginner level, have levels. All right. So anyway, yeah. So that's the deal. That's the deal. Where am I? Nathaniel. Hi, Kris and fellow monkeys. Hello, Nathaniel. Paul Wood. Challenge was to paint to the best of your abilities in 30 minutes, not necessarily finishing it. Some didn't realize that, though. Had about 5 blue horrors entered. Like something really kind of simplistic. What did you paint? What did you paint that enabled you to come in second? And did you take pictures? And what came in first? And did you take pictures? Because, Paul, that'd be really fantastic if you took pictures and you could share them with us. That'd be awesome. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. You mull it over. Just saying. The Gim. See you, buddy. I need to sleep because I'm at work 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. tonight. Oof. Oof. Yeah, see you later, dude. The Gim. The Gim. The infamous Gim. Mad Maxim 81. Hey, Kris and monkeys. Nice to catch a show live for once. Well, welcome, Mad Maxim. I think I've read that name before. But yeah. Nathaniel, it's all about the basics. The basics. The basics. Basics. It's funny. I like it. I'll use it for now. Like in Starship Troopers. You're commander until I find somebody better or you're killed. It's funny as time goes on that the reviews for that movie they change, right? Because before, way back in the day, people were like, "Oh, Starship Troopers, what a god awful movie," Then as time goes on, it's like, "Oh, well, that's a classic. It's an excellent film," and yeah. I always enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. But I'm a big 40K nerd, so just saying. Mad Maxim, I also sent you an email of some Death Guard bums. Ooh, cool. Because you know what? I think I was a little light on emails. Yeah, there we go. Mads, Death Guard bums. There it is. I might help if I clicked it. Ooh. Very cool. We'll get to those later on. Maybe right now. Nah, later on. Goes to Starman Deluxe. I like entry level. Beginner kind of makes it sound like only beginners use it. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Yep. I see what you mean. So entry level sounds more open, right? Whereas beginner, yeah, it sounds like, well, yeah, I'm not a beginner. I'm kind of new, but I'm not brand new. I'm familiar with some stuff, but I haven't really tried it. Yeah. I get you. Johnny Chop Shop, Way of the Brush, episode 258. Kris wants to see your pictures. There's only two kinds of pictures that I want people to send. One, you in your monkey shirts, right? With pants. Or two, with your models. With pants. Those are the only two pictures I want to see. Please. Por favor. Nathaniel, Starship Troopers was so bad, it's actually good. Well, yeah, pretty much, right? I mean, it's, you know. Yeah. Gim. You're mean, Gim. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Yes. Pirate Captain Daniel. Why not just put beginner / entry level? Sure. Yeah, why not, right? Kind of just, yeah. The Gim. Super Chat's $5. You know the deal. Eldar suck, and I'm here to remind you. Stay beautiful, you semi-bearded man, and I lick my brushes. God, you're weird. Quit being weird. Gim. Being weird. Over on the Twitch side of things, Johnny Chop Shop. Subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you, Johnny Chop Shop. Sorry, I'm just getting these notifications now. And by getting notifications, I mean I clicked over to the window and saw. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Mark 4 armor doesn't have trim around the elbows like Mark 3 does. Less painting per model. That sounds like a win. I don't know how we got on the subject of armor, but I'll take it. Nathaniel, Kris wants no nudes. No, I don't. No, thank you. I mean, I'm sure some of you are just beautiful, but no, that's okay. I'm good. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Happy Death Guard noises. Happy Death Guard noises? Death Guard. Pork and Bean 69. Instructions unclear. Sent multiple pictures of pants. No, don't send pictures of pants. No. You're ruining it. Smarty pants. People are just too darn clever for me, I'll tell you. Mad Maxim 81. Kris, what are your thoughts on Warcry models that have been teased so far? I think they look awesome. I totally concur. Those new Zinch, they look Zinchian. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull up quickly. Is it on the games? Are they up for Games Workshop, or is it just the Warhammer community? I have no idea. No, because I think on the Games Workshop site they're talking Sylvaneth, right? That's what they're talking about. Ooh, new trees. Are those new trees? I'm sorry, I'm on the Games Workshop site. Are those new trees? Or are they the old trees? No, those trunks look way different. Those look pretty darn cool. I like all the texture. They don't have that kind of cartoony look to them anymore. Yeah. Now, these endless spells... Now, mind you, I don't play a lot of Age of Sigmar, but... Oh, crap. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not a good one either. Let's go this one. No, that doesn't work. No, that failed. All right. Anyway, these endless spells. When... I like this tree thing here. When is the Deepkin going to get theirs? When's Deepkin getting theirs? When does Deepkin get theirs? Right? That's the important question here. When does the Deepkin get theirs? Okay, so anyway, enough goofing around. It's got to be on the community page, right? They're teasing all the Warcry stuff. Yeah, the new models. Yeah, that's not... Oh, yeah, like these guys are just pretty. Let's see here. Let's go back to this screen. This one? No, crap. Okay, you know what? Let's go with this. Let's go with this, like that. Bang! There we go. We did it. Yeah. These give me a very Zinchian type vibe. I have no idea if that's what they are about. I have no idea what these guys are all about. Because they kind of look like the Acolytes, and I like this kind of what is it, like an Oriental with the fan and the big headdress and all the big hair and everything like that. Like that looks pretty darn cool to me, man. Like, look at this stuff. And the poses, yeah, like they got the whole, you know, kung fu like vibe going on. Like even the way Buddy on the left here is grasping the swords, how he's kind of got like a, you know, just a light grip on them, and the character on the far right, you know, they got the little kind of Xena warrior princess ring blade thing. Yeah, I dig it. I mean, to me it looks Zinchian, but I mean I could be completely way off. Now, I thought these were supposed to be some sort of chaos warrior thingy going on, right? And so, yeah. I dig it. I like it. Ooh, I like how they are doing that silver with the purple and the blue in the blade. See it on the blade on the upper right person? See on the blade how you have purple and then it goes to the light blue? That's fun. That's, who wants to guess? Is that an ink or is that contrast? Does anybody want to guess what that is? Go ahead, guess. Go ahead. Let's see here. Untamed Beast. Oh, look at that. These guys look cool. What's the next one? Iron Golems. They look pretty cool, too. Kind of meathead for my likings, but pretty darn cool. I like these guys. These Cypher Lords. I like these. I just like the aesthetic. And the master here with the fan, and he's got like the little, I don't know, smoke ball or something. Whatever it is, I have no idea. Splinter Fang. Oh yeah, we saw these ones earlier. Yeah, with the snake duders. Yeah. Corvus Cabal. Oh, I like the dude on the right there with the wings. Actually, these guys look really cool too. They're scary. Ooh, scary. And the Unmade. Oh, that's just for some freaky looking stuff here. Kind of looks like out of Silent Hill. Anybody who's ever played that video game, Silent Hill? That's what that looks like there. That's some Silent Hill stuff for you. Some Silent Hill. We're all in trouble if that's the case. Where am I here in these comments? Ghost Star and Deluxe says that was the armor that he's painted on. I got you. Paul Wood said earlier, did Beast of Nurgle using your contrast tips? Winner did a Daughters of Cain Medusa character. Don't have pics personally, but they do exist. I'll see what I can find. Yeah, if you can see, like if you can pull up your model, what you did and what the first place, that would be awesome. That would be just fantastic. I mean, if you can't, don't worry about it. Don't stress it. But if you could, that'd be really, really cool. Pyre, Captain Daniel. New trees on website and Warcry is currently on community. Yeah, the new trees. I like those new trees. Like if I was, you know, like if I was looking to buy some trees and I didn't want to make trees, like, you know, from scratch kind of thing, I probably would buy those. Or if I was doing like, you know, like the Realm of Battle, you know, and going entirely kind of Citadel as far as, you know, my board and my terrain and, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I mean, they look good. But I mean, like, in comparison to the previous, the previous trees, these are worlds better. A lot more texture in the leaves, and the trunks look fantastic. And I love they got the mushrooms on them. It only looks like 2 or 3 variations of the tree, but that's okay. Now, I'm going to assume that the way they got it arranged, this is like 3 sets of trees. Just because I'm thinking that the way the trees are initially laid out in the picture, like it's a set. You get a set with the 3 trees, essentially. Because the way they're kind of like, the way the bases on them kind of arranged in like a circular formation, leads me to believe. Yeah, I like them. I love the texture on them. This looks really awesome. Yeah. It's almost enough to make me want to get into Sylvaneth. I'm not, because I'm going Deepkin, but I mean, I could always go both, right? But yeah, go both ways. But yeah. Same with the Elf Blood Bowl team. Man, those models look awesome. Okay, yeah, so yeah, the Awakened Wildwood. 60 bones, 3 trees. That's consistent. Here I am just shopping on Games Workshop while we're having a live stream, right? Just, I'll buy one of those. Oh, the Spirit Seer's for sale. That's cool, the Eldar Spirit Seer. I've already got one, but before anybody who wanted this model had to get the big Wake the Dead box set. Yeah. Anyway, Captain Benjicus. The Monkey Master must have a foot fetish. No mention of socks. Huh? No mention of socks. Oh, mean for pants and stuff like that? It's just shirts, man. Just a picture of yourself in your shirt. If you purchase yourself a shirt, just send a picture of yourself in your shirt. That's all I'm asking for God's sakes. Please, no, don't be too weird. Mad Maxim 81. Deepkin don't need no friggin' endless spells. Steve will tell you. They do. I'll tell you. My own counsel will I keep. Simsy, what's the effing beautiful? It's contrast. Oh, that is effing beautiful. It's contrast. Yeah, it's contrast, eh? Like on the blade, how it goes from the purple to the blue. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Ebb and Flow. Sup, everybody. Sup, Ebb and Flow. Voice of the Emperor. Wait, Sundays now? Well, I talked a little bit about this on Discord. And, yeah. We may move to Sundays coming up. Because, as mentioned earlier, I'm going to be teaching classes at Mini Wargaming Bunker. And it's looking like Saturdays because, I mean, most classes are on the weekends. I mean, I don't know, like, because, for example, if I taught the class on a Tuesday afternoon or evening, would that get as many people, would as many people be available for it as opposed to a Saturday, right? Because typically, weekends, a lot of people have them off, right? So that's why. And so if I'm doing classes, say Saturdays, then Way the Brush will most likely move to Sundays because the Saturdays will all day will be taken up. So, yeah. At least that's the way it's looking at the moment. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, right now that's the way it's playing out. And also, as everybody knows, is that Mini Wargaming doesn't conduct business on Sundays. So, yeah. So it's not like, we can do classes on Sundays or, do events on Sundays or whatever. Well, Mini Wargaming anyway. Dan from Max Aggressions, he's free to, do whatever he wants. Because he's his own business. But anyway. The comments. Wait, Sundays now? Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Yeah, so these, what the hell is it called? Warcry? Yeah, this is Warcry. That gang looks really, really cool. Now, is this, because, I mean, this is supposed to be like, I thought Warcry was supposed to be the, kill team of Age of Sigmar. That's what I thought this was supposed to be. And I kind of thought Kill Team was more, obviously skirmish, character-based kind of, sort of, but not so deliberate. Sorry, I'm looking at another model here. It's getting distracted. Little Dryad character for Blood Bowl from Forge World. This is really cool. I like it. What do you know? It's little footballs. So, anyway. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by models again. Bright, shiny things. Bright, shiny things. Don't get distracted by bright, shiny things. Oh, yes. I was talking about last week about doing like a little social media giveaway thing. And yeah, I kind of just forgot about it. Because, well, first off, because I wasn't entirely happy with this picture, and I took a bunch of pictures. I wasn't 100% happy about this one, mainly because it was just before I was getting a haircut. So I was like, But anyway, I am going to do a giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway. I think episode 260, I think we'll do the giveaway. And I think it's going to be a like, comment, and possibly share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter kind of thing. And yeah, and I think what it is I'm probably going to pick one or combination of all. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll make a video post and then, yeah, and then whoever wins, then I'll double check to make sure that they've done the Facebook, Instagram, and other stuff, right? I don't know. Either way, giving away one of these things, the Start Collecting box. So keep your eye on the channel, because I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna make a video, and I think I'm gonna reshoot this picture because I'm just not 100% behind. I'm not even sure what that face expression is on that guy. I don't even know what his deal is. What's his deal? Look at that guy in the middle. What is his deal? He looks crazy. I don't know what his deal is. He looks crazy. He might be brain damaged. I don't know. Immediately, I think of the Alex Jones meme. Yeah, basically, I'm... Nathaniel, regarding contrast paints, in your opinion, what are good substitutes? Substitutes for the entire paint range? You mean like a substitute for the entire paint range? Now, I mean, Nathaniel, I mean, like I know you've been listening to me go on about this stuff, and I don't know if you're a Vault member or not, but I mean, I've been showing basically with contrast years. I've been showing various ways of using and creating your own thing, which will do for years. I've been doing that for years. And as far as substitutes, I mean, do I have my bottle? I don't even have my bottle here. It's in my office. But Liquitex Flow 8. If you have that in your arsenal of paints, you're already like 90% of the way there. So, yeah. Now, contrast paints, they finish clear. And you can't make a paint clear. You can't take one of these Citadel colors and make it clear like a contrast paint. It's not going to happen. No product you add to this is going to make that happen. Okay? Nothing. Contrast paints and regular Citadel colors are two different beasts. It's two different manufacturings because the two different pigments they use, because one is like a dye, the other one is a solid opaque pigment. These are opaque paints. No amount of thinning can give you the exact same thing in what a contrast color can. Now, having said that, colors like Tamiya Clear, colors like Minotaur Ghost Tints, colors like Forge World Clear colors, those are all clear colors that you can add mediums to, add flow aid to, and get a similar thing to happen at what you get with Citadel contrast. But that requires you to acquire more materials. And that, I mean, some people are going like, oh, contrast, it's like $8 a bottle. And it's like, well, yeah, but I mean, like, if you don't have the experience or knowledge of what to do to get a similar type of thing, okay, well then you're gonna have to shop around and look, and pick up all these extra materials. And whereas a bottle of paint, it just does it all for you, right? Even going through the base coating and shade washing phase, a contrast paint is going to do that for you. Now, I've shown on my channel, and I don't understand how people keep asking these same questions, because I've shown it already on my channel, using a clear color in contrast to the contrast paints, and adding the mediums to it, and you know what I mean, like, because these were the questions I wanted to know, and I don't make videos on just how to use contrast on Space Marines. I want to know what contrast is and what can you really do with it. That's what that's the crap I'm interested in. So, as far as substitutes, contrast, no, an all-in-one bottle of what it's going to do for you. I don't know of any other product out there right now that's going to do exactly what contrast is going to do for you. Don't know. I don't know of any product that does exactly that. There are combinations of products which can achieve a similar result. Not the same, similar. But otherwise, yeah. No. Which is why I like the contrast paints. As soon as I got my hands on them, I was like, yeah, these things are going to be awesome. And yeah, I mean, nobody's telling you to go buy the whole paint range, and these aren't going to replace your paints. They're in addition to. I can't believe we're still having this discussion, but yeah. The voice of the Emperor, that's cool. You do what you need to do. We'll still be here with or without pants. Please don't tell me you're watching this show with no pants on. Please don't tell me that. If it's true, just don't tell me. You don't have to write it in the comments there saying, Kris, guess what? No pants. You don't have to tell me that. David Kincaid, hi from Scotland. Love the show. Cheers. Well, thank you, David. Thank you. G squared, howdy, folks. Hi, Kris. Hi, G squared. G squared. G squared? G squared. Pyre, Captain Daniel. On the pic, glasses cutting through the middle of your eyes looks a bit odd. Almost doubles them. Oh, in the picture? Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I want to take a better picture of it. And because, again, that was like hours before I had cut my hair. And I was like, I just cut my hair. And I remember, I was looking at the photos like, my hair is all bushy. And I'm like, yeah, like an inch. Less than an inch. It's getting bushy for me now. I'm actually thinking I might start taking a blade to the head. Not like, a knife blade. I'm talking like a razor blade, just getting it down nice and close. Because I go in for a haircut, and it's like a week later, and I'm like this. And like, the day of, it's like really, really short. And yeah, I'm thinking I might want to start blading. Are you Bleed Rogers? J Kookie 88. Do we have to join Instagram and Twitter to enter this contest? If you don't want to. But that was kind of the point of it, because I was thinking of doing it like a video. And then, but yeah, because I know there's people out there who don't care for the Instagram, don't care for the Twitter. And I realized that there's actually quite a few wargamers that don't, and the Facebook. The Facebook, according to my kids, Facebook is for old people. Like people my generation and a bit younger. But otherwise, the kids, they don't do the Facebook, And so, yeah, they're doing like the Snapchat and the Instagram and, so who knows? But yeah, like I said, I haven't quite hammered out exactly what I'm looking to do, but all I know is that I'm going to give away one of those boxes really, really soon, and I'm probably going to do it on the show live on episode 260. So I'm thinking that's why 260? Just because it's 20 more than 240. I don't know. Anyway, Brandon Michael Xavier. Contrast is like painting with watercolors. Come on, guys. Yeah, exactly. It's like painting with watercolor. And I'm noticing the video doing a funny thing there. Is this screen jumping around, or is it just my playback that's occurring? You guys let me know if funny things are going on. Anyway. Yeah, it's just like watercolor. It's not the same as watercolor, but it's pretty close. The theory to how you create is very similar to watercolor. Yes. And the paints, the way they flow, is kind of like watercolor, and but the theory behind watercolor and how you create your images, the white of the background is essentially your bright high points, and everything else you're pushing back. That kind of theory is what helps you create and get through, because a lot of people, I notice, they're used to the opaque colors, and then they're employing those theories to contrast paints, and and again, I mentioned many times that you have to adjust the way you're thinking about how you're applying the color when in those regards. Peep Eater, are shorts okay? Yes, shorts are okay. Not boxers. Nathaniel, I'm fully clothed. Dun dun dun. Voice of the Emperor. Okay, I won't tell you. G squared. I think what gets me about the contrast paints is you have to buy the contrast primer too. So there's already extra product involved and rent. No, I've already established many times that you can use whatever primer you want. The Wraithbone and Grace here, those are just primers. Those are just shades of primer. But it's just primer. You can use a bright primer. If you're gonna use contrast, use a bright primer. You can use. I've shown it on Corax White. Can't believe again I'm having to repeat this. I mean, does nobody listen to what I'm saying? Are you not listening to what I'm saying? Have you guys not watched any of the videos I've done on contrast? Aaron Seach, I can totally see Kris with shaving cream on his head, holding a big ass Bowie knife, shaving the side of his head, kind of like the Colonel in Planet of the Apes. The last Planet of the Apes movie, and he's got the blade. He's like Woody Harrelson. That's it, Woody Harrelson. I'm just blading my head. Yeah, guaranteed I'd lop my ear off. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Mikey R. No, you don't. No, I don't. I don't. Peep Eater. But if you're watching while on the toilet, absolutely tell him. Please don't tell me that either. Yeah, hang on, Kris. I'm gonna send you an email. Terracotta 9. We won't tell you we're not wearing pants. Just know in your heart that we're not. Please, please. Mikey R. What happens if you paint contrast over Vallejo white? Does the world end or something? It does. It does, yeah. If you put Citadel contrast, okay, you're hearing it from me, people, and I'm going to tell you right now, I have a device that allows us to shift the entire population of the planet to dimension. So we can just, basically, if you've ever had an instance of deja vu, that was us crossing dimensions, okay? So, here's what happens. Every time somebody, and I have a secret organization out there who are trying to stop people from making this mistake, because it's causing us to have to move dimensions. But every time that you use, say, Vallejo primer and Citadel paints, yeah, immediately the singularity forms on the planet, and we're all doomed. So we have to move. Basically, I have to use my time machine to go back 5 seconds, get everybody, and shift into the next dimension so that we can survive. But yeah, that's what ends up happening. And so, yeah, a lot of that, don't worry about how it's not making a lot of sense. Don't worry, the math checks out. Okay, so the math does check out. But yeah, so contrast plus Vallejo, yeah, singularity forms. You use Citadel contrast with Minotaur paints. Immediately our star explodes and destroys the entire star system. You add Citadel spray paint to a non-GW model, and immediately the asteroid comes and hits the planet and splits it in half. So there are many, many instances where you cannot mix Citadel products with other paint companies because, again, I have to go back in time 5 seconds, get the entire population of Earth, and move us into the next dimension, which is just like ours, except it's a little bit different. And, you know, yeah. So if you've ever experienced deja vu or anything like that, yeah, that's because that's how we had to shift over into the next dimension. So, yeah. So just don't mix the paint ranges. Just don't do it because, you know, it's getting expensive. And you know what? They say there's an infinite amount of realities, but I don't know if there's an infinite amount of our realities. And, you know, if everybody keeps doing it, then it's just we're all just we're gonna run out. We're gonna end up hitting the dead end, and we're gonna end up, you know, in the universe where basically dinosaurs are alive, and they're playing Warhammer 40,000 with little, I don't know, monkeys. I don't know. Sorry, I was running out of examples there. Alexander Zukas, what's your favorite hockey team? I don't have a favorite hockey team. I don't really follow hockey. I follow football, North American football, NFL, and CFL, Canadian football. For Canadian football, I follow the Tiger Cats, which is the team out of Hamilton. And for NFL, I follow Pittsburgh Steelers. Steel Town. They're Steel Towns. You know, root for Steel Towns. Been living in Steel Towns for a very, very, very long time. And, you know, blue collar. Dustin Reeves, is the contrast primer even anything special, or is it just colors that they recommend to use? It's colors they recommend to use. Like, it might have a slightly smoother finish, but I found that if the surface is too smooth for contrast, the viscosity will just make it bubble up, and you know it doesn't act right. So it can't be too smooth. People go on about how smooth it goes. You might be laying a little too much down. If you're finding the primer is really, really smooth, you might be laying too much primer down. Nathaniel, the minute parents use their kids' cool stuff, it becomes old people stuff, and kids find other ways to stay cool. Right, with the Facebook and Instagrams, and yeah, I got you. I know it's. I mean, I gave up a long time ago, trying to communicate to my kids. That sounds awful, right? No, I talk to my kids all the time. But yeah, trying to stay trendy. Yeah, forget it. No, I'm not trendy. I don't follow trends. I don't follow fashion trends. I don't follow a lot of trends. Kevin Cabal works great over Vallejo primer. Did it yesterday. Yeah, see? Yeah, Vallejo primer. Any primer. The contrast paints will sit on primer. It's just primer. There's nothing magical going on here, people. Okay? Other than, don't mix them. Because then I have to grab everybody and move us to the next dimension. Because, you know, again, pain in the ass. Right in the ass. In the middle of the crack. Right there. That's where it hurts. And yet, anyway, Voice of the Emperor. It's been jumping a little, but not enough to make it unwatchable. Yeah, what the hell's going on with that? What is that? Is that on my end? I kind of have to watch my end now. Is my screen jumping? Or is it YouTube? I'm only seeing it on YouTube. Maybe I'll watch my Twitch feed a bit and see what's happening on my Twitch feed. But yeah, there is something jumping, isn't there? Okay. I'm going to watch my Twitch feed for a bit. Just because I don't feel like having two minimized windows. Just deal with it, people. Ghost Starman Deluxe. What about swimming trunks? Why do they call them trunks? Right? Because we have shorts. Why are they called trunks? Why do we use that term trunks for shorts? I'm sure it's an English thing. I'm sure. But why? Why? Ghost Starman Deluxe. Tell me why. Why do we call shorts trunks? Swimming trunks. Yet walking shorts? You know? And are capri pants? Or are they shorts? Again, I'm not trendy and not with it. I used to be with it. Then they changed what it was. G squared. My understanding is that we are specifically designed from... Wait, what? My understanding is that they are specifically designed from GW Manager. What? Oh, you mean the paint and primers and stuff? No, it's primer. It's paint. It's water-based paints. No, come on. Come on, people. It's just paint, people. It's just paint. It's all it is, man. It's all it is. Aaron Seach, primer just has to be light colored gray, white, etc., etc. Who cares who makes the primers? Exactly. See, Aaron's got it. Aaron listens. Aaron listens. When garbage is spitting out of my mouth, oh, I saw my Twitch screen move. So something is happening. Something is happening. And I'm wondering if it was something I did earlier. I am getting errors occurring though. So I'm thinking that it could very well be it could be the dimensional shifts. Oh man. We jumped down a rabbit hole with that one, didn't we? Captain Benjicus, 258 thrusts from the throne. Kris, where's my pants? Where's my... And it's KRS. You spelled my name wrong. Come on, Captain. Come on. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Wraithbone and Gracier are smoother. GW Manager told me Corax is fine though. Yes, it is fine. It is my encoder that's jumping. Okay, it's probably something I did earlier. I was doing something, and it probably is causing this to be funny. I think that's what it is. What time are we? We're an hour in. We're okay. Exile DCC. So, Kris, are you thinking about going for a traditional method for a head shave? I'm talking about a safety razor, double edge, or straight cutthroat razor. I find traditional shaving wonderful. Well, currently I shave with a straight razor. I straight razor myself, and so as far as shave my head, I most likely would just use my same blade and shave my head that way. I am thinking about it, and in fact, because I'm looking at my monitor of myself, and I can see, like, I just went for a haircut last week, and I can see, like, you know, I can just see. So the only thing is though is that on the back of my head, because I'm a big fatso, I got rolls, and I'm kind of curious as to how I can, you know, move around those contours, and without, you know, basically blading myself. Hold on here, my family's talking to me here. Instead of interrupting me while I'm talking, why didn't you just come down here? Why are you walking around topless?
Did you do goddamn mug?
Hold on a minute.
That's why I was sending your daughter. She was being a brat.
Grab the camera.
No.
Everybody get a different show. Yeah, she's just walking around topless. Yeah, whatever, right? Free country. She can do whatever she wants. So anyway. Yeah. It's a madhouse. It's a madhouse. But yeah, with a straight razor though, shaving my head. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's just I don't know how to get to the back of my head because I got see, I'm sure you guys all realize that it looks like a face on the back of my head. Because see, it looks like I'm kind of like that. It looks like a face, right? So, you know, how do I do that without basically lopping a layer of fat off the back of my head? I don't know. Mikey R, contrast and Vallejo equals the end times. It does. You can't do it. Believe the hype. You can't do it. You can't mix contrast with you can't even mix contrast with other Citadel paints. You can't do it. Like with regular Citadel colors, you can't do it. It won't happen. Nothing bad will happen. It actually just turns into a nauseous gas. But yeah, you can't do it. But mixing Citadel colors with Vallejo colors, or even Reaper colors, or Army Painter colors, or Scale 75, MIG Ammo, Coat d'Arms, what other paint companies are out there. Any Tamiya. Actually, with Tamiya, you might. But yeah, no, it's world ending. It's world ending consequences. Thanks, honey. I don't know why your mother feels necessary to walk around topless when I'm doing a live show, but whatever.
Yeah, Dad, why would you acknowledge that out loud? You're on your show, bro.
I know, bro. Okay, bro. All right, bro. So anyway, where am I? G squared, Kris. 2 dimension, too dim. LOL. Sticky Diver, if you're ever at the barbershop, ask for a bald fade on the sides. If you fade it, you can go longer without your sides looking weird. Also, hi. Stinky, yeah, Stinky. Welcome, Stinky. I don't know if I've ever seen you on the live show. Stinky. Stinky. Ghost Starman Deluxe, Chris Bello equals Mysterio confirmed. Hey, man, I watched that last week, Spider-Man. I enjoyed it. I liked, what I really like about Mysterio is that you can always bring back Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, even though the character, spoiler, and yeah, you can always bring Mysterio back. You can always bring Mysterio back, and I kind of like that. I think that's cool. For anybody who's seen the movie, if you haven't seen the movie yet, come on. In this day and age, Marvel movies, we're not watching Marvel movies. Not everybody's not watching Marvel movies. This is craziness. Exile DCC. So you're saying don't cross the paint ranges? Yeah, exactly. Don't cross the paint ranges. Don't do it. It's a total protonic reversal. That's what's happening. You know what? Thank you, Exile. You solved the equation. Now I can go back to my big chalkboard and rework the equation. It's total protonic reversal. That's what it is. The polarity on every atom reverses and everything just explodes. Oh, crap. Peep Eater, Wave the Brush is just what I need this morning. I entered into an escalation league at my local GW yesterday, so I need to get painting. Thus, I'm now settling down to paint while Kris rambles. And yeah, that's pretty much it, right? It's just me rambling on and stuff. Occasionally, I'll spit out a nugget of information. And otherwise, yeah, just us talking, answering your questions. But hey, we're all pals here, right? We're all friends, sort of, kind of, maybe, sort of. Either way, but yeah, if you're doing escalation painting, send pictures of your painting. Send me pictures of your painting. I'd like to see your progress through your escalation because that'd be cool. Just to keep us all up to date, because I'm sure a bunch of you out there, because your example can serve to inspire others that, escalation painting and, painting quickly and getting stuff done, it will inspire others to, do the same thing. Like, yeah, you know what? I was watching Peep Eater and he was showing his models and his progression and, and he started off really early and blah, blah, blah. And then, by the end of the league, he had this big old model and, and yeah, my screen keeps jumping. I don't know what the hell that is. Let's go here. Look at this dummy. Let's go here. Maybe it's just a device. I hope it's not the camera doing that. Better not be. Anyway. Kevin Cabal, Kris, and his Singularity Police showed up, slapped me, and took away my Vallejo primer yesterday, replacing it with Wraithbone. I apologize for the extra work you had to do. Yeah, we had to use that Men in Black memory eraser thingy on him. So, no, you were using Wraithbone spray primer the entire time. You weren't using Vallejo primer, because Vallejo primer is an inferior product. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Mountain Miniatures Gaming, there he is. He swore he would talk about this online. I swore I would talk about this, or I swore he would talk about this online? I'm not sure. And my screen's still jumping. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Nathaniel, episode 258. Don't cross paints or it gets expensive. Mikey R. That explains a lot. I'm sure Kris used to have longer hair. Yes, I used to have longer hair. Definitely. Yeah, man, dude, there's tons of pictures of me. Like, I only cut my hair over a year ago. It's over a year. I've had short hair. But I've had short hair in the past. But I've also had long hair in the past as well. In different timelines. Mikey R, that explains a lot. Oh, no, I read that comment. Pirate Captain Daniel, I'm amazed Kris managed to say all that with a straight face. What, the whole thing with the crossing dimensions and stuff? Yeah. Amazed. Kevin Cabell, episode 258. Don't cross Kris or it'll get painful. No, that's just good life advice there, yeah. But don't cross the streams, though, man. Don't cross the streams. Setzurius? I live in Hamilton. Awesome. Oh, right, because I was talking about the Tiger Cats. Yeah. Well, Setzurius, I live in Welland. Hello. TH, Kris, what is the best Blood Bowl race to paint as the Steelers? I'm leaning towards the classic orcs, but maybe it's being done enough. Well, I'm doing my humans, as Steelers. This is number 7. My thrower is number 7. Right there. He's not the biggest guy, though, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be totally accurate. And I was going to do my ogre. I was going to do my ogre like Harrison, but yeah. Harrison's not on the team no more, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah, as far as like doing the team is the Steelers though, orcs I think would fit, chaos probably would fit, humans fit. I just don't think orcs would, or not orcs, elves would fit. I don't think elves would fit because elves doesn't have that same. Because Steeler football is rough football. So orc really, I think would be the best one. Maybe chaos, but I think orc is Steeler football because they're all about just, at least back in the day. These days, who knows? But back in the day, yeah. Ghost Starman Deluxe, Kris, why don't you just take us to the dimension where the paints all work fine together? It doesn't exist. Doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. We already burned that. We already burned that existence. Where all the paints worked together, yeah, we already burned that existence. So, unfortunately, yeah, this is the trap we're in as we move further and further through dimensional. Maybe that's why my screen keeps shifting. Maybe it's because it's the dimensional shift. Yeah, that's probably why my screen keeps jumping. It's the dimensional shift. It's just not quite the same. Because already we've shifted 3 times this week. There was a young fella in the Netherlands who mixed paints, and we had to jump. And then it was a few hours after that, it was a young fella in Brazil who caused another singularity to form, and so we had to jump there. And then just yesterday, it was this kid in the heartland of the USA. Right in the cornfield, and he had a bit of time between baling hay, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna get my rhino ready, and he had the Citadel model, and he laid I think it was some other company's paint on top of it, and immediately a singularity formed, and so we had to get everybody out, and so yeah, This is just where we're at, people. It's a slippery slope, and yeah. Oh man. Bjorn Kuma 8877 truncated pants. Terracotta, the feed is catching up with all the dimensional shifts. Yeah, exactly. Terracotta's got it. See, you spotted it. G squared, by the way, loving today's show if only because of the sarcasm. Oh, I'm Mr. Sarcastic. David Kincaid, screen all good in the UK. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, something weird going on. Again, probably the dimensional shifts. We'll say it's the dimensional shifts. And what is that? Am I on my damn Discord? Oh, how did that happen again? I've been on Discord the whole time. I'm wondering if that's why it was goofing up on me. I wonder if that's why. I wonder. I probably won't fix it, but I'm wondering if that's what it was, because I didn't catch that. I hate when it does that. I start up OBS, because that's what I use to stream the show, is OBS. And it automatically logs me into Discord, and I don't know why it does that. I gotta fix that. I keep saying that, but, you know, I haven't done it yet. Anyway. Toothless, is it possible to make normal Citadel paints into contrast ones using the medium? No. I really want a Phocian purple contrast, but Magus and Sage purple are too dark / light. Okay, well, they're too dark and light? That doesn't make a lot of sense. They're too dark and light. These colors are too dark and light. That doesn't make sense. Or you're saying Magus, and Sage purple are too dark and light. Okay, well then mix one. Or thin one to get a slightly different color. But can you take normal Citadel colors, and I mentioned this earlier in the show, can you take normal Citadel colors and make them exactly the same as contrast paints? No, you cannot. Why? Because contrast paints are a transparent pigment as opposed to opaque pigments. And you can't make an opaque pigment transparent. So, anybody who tells you otherwise is full of shit. You can't do it. It's not exactly the same. It's similar. It can give you similar results, but it's not exactly the same. And the contrast paints are very, very saturated, and the colors are very, very rich. And I don't even know what it would take with opaque colors to even try and get to that same level of intensity. You would have to have you know what it would take? Remember when Citadel put out those artificial bottles? They were like the little half pots, but they were just for tinting your other colors. I bet you those colors could tint, change the value, like change the hue of the color, make it more saturated. But as far as getting a different purple, I mean, if one color is too dark and the other color is too light, well, you can't. I mean, you can lay multiple layers down of the lighter color to get a deeper color, or you could thin the darker color out and apply a thin layer down, and then incrementally move that up if you want. You know, it does require playing with the color a little bit, but that's why Citadel sells that thinner with the contrast paints, because sometimes the color, you don't want that color to be as saturated as it is, meaning as intense, right? So try the thinner. The thinner is great. The thinner, I showed it in a video on my channel, taking like regular Citadel colors, mix the thinner and apply it to a model surface, and it's a lot of fun. It gives you very interesting results. You know, you could take like an orange and make like an orange rust. Man, it's, you know, again, with paints, you're only limited by your imagination. You're only limited by your imagination. You can do anything with paints. Every little bottle of paint is a little world of possibilities. And it's up to you to unlock them all. Stinky Diver, the jumps just make you look like a hip YouTube vlogger. Just tell people to mash that like button constantly. Just mash it. Everybody, just Hulk smash. Aaron Seach, Kris, have you tried contrast over Style&Res light colored primers? Just curious how it behaved on a Style&Res primer. I would imagine it's fine. Oh, you know what? I have done it, and it was fine. Because I have Style&Res white, and I had a model, and I laid the white down, and then I think it was one of the videos, the reaction videos. I would use Style&Res white. It works fine. The primer. It's primer. It's just primer. For God's sake, people. It's primer. Sticky Diver. So she can walk around topless, but we have to wear pants? Yeah. Double standards. Yeah. Double standards. Yep. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Next episode, Kris attempts to shave his head, slices himself open, and frickin' dies. It's possible. It's very possible. Another thing I was toying around, and this is an idea I was toying around with. And I'll put this out there, and I'm sure other people will, oh, that's a great idea, and I'll do it. But anyway, I think in September, I'm going to start a thing for charity for Movember, right? Because it's all about, mustaches and stuff, Movember. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it up, and I'm going to make it so that either it's your contribution is for column A or your contribution is for column B. Now, both contributions will be donated to a charity. I'm thinking it might be something local, it might be something else. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's again work those details out later. But either way, all the proceeds go to charity. And basically column A being, does Kris keep the mustache? Or column B, does Kris shave the mustache? And I'm talking right off. Goes completely right off. So, your dollar will have a say in the outcome of this on my face. This thing that resides above my lip every day, even in this heat, even in the cold. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking you guys, everybody out there, gets to decide, gets a say on whether or not this stays. Either you vote to keep it or you vote to get rid of it. One or the other. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to have to move through some of these comments here because, well, I'm noticing the timestamps on them, and they're actually from quite a while ago. Shogun Ka, William Ka, email time over on Twitch. Yeah, I think it is getting to email time. Anthony Lone. Hey, Mr. Name Butcher. Yeah, well, I think I butchered that last name. Lone. Anyway, I'm doing a 24-hour painting charity next weekend. I have to do a 2K point salamander, and when I agreed to do it, I was gonna airbrush hack. I was gonna airbrush hack. What's airbrush hack? I don't know what that means. I was gonna airbrush hack. Like use an airbrush? Like it's a hack? An airbrush is a tool. It's you use an air. I mean, if you're gonna do 2,000 points in a 24-hour span, you need an airbrush to do it. But contrast maybe now. I think in conjunction, sure, yeah. All our tools in the tool shed. Contrast paint is just another tool. Airbrushing, just another tool. Regular paintbrush, tool. Opaque colors, tool. Different paint lines, tools. It's all just tools. It's up to you how you want to employ those tools. But an airbrush hack, yeah, I don't get that airbrush hack. I assume. I don't know. Airbrush hack. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Airbrush is just a tool. It's just a tool. To use it or not is personal preference. Some people think airbrushing, and I don't know why this still persists, but airbrushing is cheating. I don't think so. It's a tool. There's a lot of nuance and skill that goes into airbrushing. Now, mind you, a lot of it is not used in wargaming, but to use an airbrush properly, like somebody who's an illustrator or very experienced in their airbrushing, which is usually in other art fields, not miniature painters. Miniature painters, we use it like a spray gun. We don't use it like a brush. Illustration artists use it like a brush. But anyway, and contrast, yeah, either one. It's entirely up to you. Heck, use contrast through the airbrush. Why not? Milliam Burr, sup all. So is Sunday a thing now, or did it just happen this way this weekend? It just happened this way this weekend because I had family visiting, and so I was busy yesterday and everything like that. And I almost didn't do today either. Just because I just, whatever. But I said, no. I said, let's do a show. And, yeah. But as I was explaining to everybody, Sundays may become a thing because I'm going to be teaching classes at Mini Wargaming Bunker, and I'm thinking that they're going to be occurring on Saturdays, which means that, you know, because I've scheduled it basically for all of next month, every Saturday. So, you know, that's obviously no way the brushes on Saturdays, right? So I'm thinking that Way the Brush may move to Sundays. So yeah. Two-headed calf. I'm new to static grass. Do you varnish it before or after applying it? You don't have to varnish it per se. I mean, like, you don't really varnish it on. At least the common practices is not to varnish it. If you varnish the model before applying the static grass, your model will be fine. If you're doing your varnishing by hand, I'd probably do it before applying your static grass. So once applying your static grass, you really don't have to, you know, varnish the static grass per se, right? It'll be fine. Usually it's the big contact areas on the model that really need protection, which is oftentimes like the shoulders, the guns, the weapons, right? The thighs, like everything on the outer edges of the model's details, right? Those really need. And where we have static grass is often on top of the base, and it's not very often you're grabbing that base like in a clamping kind of, you know, like it's not often you're grabbing your model. Like, see, even how I grabbed the model, I grabbed it by like its ends and stuff like that, right? It's not often you're grabbing at the base like this, where you would crush and mar up the details like that. That's not very often that you're doing that. I'm not saying you won't. I'm just saying it's not very often. So, you know, varnish. I'd varnish before applying static grass. Varnish before. If you're doing it by spray, again, varnish before. You can varnish afterwards, but the varnish may give you a funny effect on some grass, depending on what varnish you're using. It could give you like a frosted look on the grass when you're trying to go for like a summer warm kind of thing. So be mindful of that. I would do it before applying static grass. You should be fine. Stinky Diver. Ben Roethlisberger is basically an ogre. He is, but he's not an ogre blocker, right? Ogre blocker? But yeah. Jabba's left nut. Next time you have to shift, can you take it to a place where Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 never happened? I don't know. Is it possible? Mega Zephyr. Yo. Glad I caught the show. I'm glad you caught the show as well. Welcome. Geo Fits. Yo, monkeys. Yo. Fallback over on Twitch. Hello, Kris. It's Joe from DRD. Hi, Joe. Oh, Death Ray Design. I was like, DRD? What's DRD? GeoFits. I've used contrast over Vallejo and Style Res. No problems with either. Yeah, exactly. There's something, you know. Dustin Reeves, Topless Wife, Happy Life. That should be the name of the show, really. Parker Bean 69. Can you also put beards on lots of minis? Eldar with a beard would be interesting. You know what? That is one thing you don't see a lot of. Is Eldar or elves in any genre, like sci-fi, fantasy, whatever, right? You don't really see the elves with facial hair. Why is that? Why don't elves have facial hair? Yet they have long-ass head hair, but they never have facial hair. I mean, I'm sure there's probably instances of elves with beards and stuff like that. But otherwise, yeah. Why is that, though? Why aren't elves shown with facial hair? Richard Smith, seen the new Warcry video, Kill Team for Age of Sigmar. Yeah, it looks cool. I like those models. Those models are pretty cool. Oh, Games Workshop's going to get more of my money. More of my money. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Someone did a Twitter poll and asked whether they should shave their beard. Votes end up at 50-50, so he shaved off the beard. So what he's saying, that even if I do make this poll and do it for charity, that I shouldn't do it? Or that it's going to be 50-50 and I'll just decide to do it? Well, yeah, I'll decide tiebreaker. If it's 50-50, I decide tiebreaker. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, but either way, it's for a good cause. So, you know, it's win-win for everybody, I think, no? Joe, just waking up, dude. Oh, okay. Archie Robero? Is that, is that, is that like if it was Scooby-Doo saying that? Robero? Archie Robero? Anyway, sorry, I'm totally butchering the name, I know. But you know what? I said at the beginning of the show, name butcher. So, sir, I'm new to airbrush. How to acquire metallic red color on Gundam? Should I use clear red or normal metallic red? That is entirely up to you. Personally, I like laying down a nice, smooth metallic finish and then laying a nice, smooth, clear, transparent red on top of it. I do have a video on my channel painting metallic red, and I think I lay the metal down and then lay the red, and bang, it looks great. I also have other videos in Mini Wargaming's vault where I take a chrome. It's a lacquer-based paint. I take a chrome, which would look great on a Gundam, a chrome, and then lay a clear red on top of it. And it doesn't sit perfectly on the chrome. The chrome finish actually kind of gets pushed a little bit matte. Not matte, but it's not as chromy as it was when it was just pure chrome. But I don't know if I sealed the chrome before I did it. And that might have been my mistake. Come to think of it now. Now I'm seriously thinking, why did it not stay perfectly clear? It's probably because I laid the clear color on top of the chrome without sealing, putting a barrier there. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what it was. It was my bad. It was my bad. But yeah, I think metallic red, yeah, because I have a Gundam as well. I have the RX, 78? I have the Mega Kit. The big guy. I was going to grab the box, but screw it, I'll grab the box. I got this one. I already assembled them up, right? I already assembled them up, put them together, but I haven't painted them yet. And I've actually been toying with the idea of putting glowiness in the eyes. I've been looking at a lot of tutorials and such on doing LEDs, and I'm thinking that SMDs? Yeah, they're tiny, tiny little LEDs, just tiny. And I was thinking that those actually might be perfect for what I want to do, kind of thing. I don't know. Because again, I'm not very strong in my soldering or anything like that, so it's just kind of, but, it's an adventure, right? So, and I'm not going to know unless I try. And it's do or do not. There is no try. Peep Eater. I'll keep the monkeys up to date with the escalation. Next week, I'll send an email with my Alpha Legion Terminators and work in progress on the other parts for the first 500 points. Cool. Nathaniel, people who think airbrushing is cheating never brush painted a 1/16 scale model. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Joe, ain't no such thing as cheating. If there is cheating, sign me up. Yeah, there's no such thing as cheating. Geofritz, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Okay, we're gonna have to move through here. Aaron Seach, the question is, can elves grow beards? I don't know. Can they grow beards? I don't know. Joe, man, if I shaved my beard, I'd look 12. Yeah, you would, but that's because you got that, boyish charm, and I was gonna go somewhere else with it, but it was just gonna sound weird. And I was just trying to get the show back out of the weird scale, so yeah. Exile DC 148 scale is pretty damn big. I usually build the 100 scale. Yeah, see, I mean, I'm new to Gundam, but I mean, like, I've been interested in Gundam. I love Gundam, you know what I mean? And yeah, and so I was kindly given one by Demon Wrath 808. I did a thank you video, and yeah, he sent me one. It was really cool of him. So I got to get to work on it because he was kind enough to send that to me, and I think I should probably get some work done. It's assembled in my office. If you ever watch Painting Auxilium on Twitch, you'll see it in my office. Richie Rabaru. Thank you very much, sir. Well, thank you. Thank you for the question. And yeah, hopefully that helped. Nathaniel, Kris, if you're a beginner in soldering, SMDs will be a real pain in the rear. Stick to standard LEDs or use fiber strings with light source. Yeah, they'll be a real pain, really? Okay. I mean, if you're experiencing it, sure. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. The glass fiber, right. Yeah. Well, I'm familiar with, like, using the fiber and LEDs and, you know, using the LED as the source and, you know, pipes out and everything like that. Because there's a light kit that, because I want to pick up the Zvezda 1/2700 scale Star Destroyer. And that there's a lighting kit that is sold with that. And also apparently there's a 3D print add-ons that you can throw on there as well. And I think there might be some brass as well. But like to give like a fully detailed Star Destroyer, and yeah, and it's not a bad price. I think it's only $100. I think for the Star Destroyer, but it, like the light kit, I think was like almost $100 as well. So, but it's like the Star Destroyer is like huge. It's like I think 31 inches in length. But yeah, because everybody knows I love me some Star Wars. So yeah. Alexander Zukas. I can't grow a beard because I am a fireman. They don't let us. But yeah, you can't grow a beard, but can you grow a mustache? Because I thought you know, firemen can grow a mustache, right? Or no? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'd heard the beard thing for a fireman. So yeah. Joe, Kris, are you in your home office or at the bunker? Well, if you were kind of hearing the conversation with my family earlier, you'd know I'm at my home because a moment before, the wife was walking around with no shirt on, and she didn't want to come down here, but she was screaming at me because she wanted to know if I wanted more coffee, and so. But anyway. But yeah, preamble aside, yes, I'm at home. I'm in my bunker. The bunker, or I'm in my lair, not the bunker. There we go. Lair, bunker. We're good. Pirate Captain Daniel, I thought the lore behind original elves were that they were made to be immortal, beautiful beings, and facial hair isn't exactly beautiful. I think the only hair on their body is on their heads. That's interesting. Because, like, I'm wondering, like, you know, like, when Tolkien was, like, writing this stuff up, and he was, you know, obviously he was borrowing from other, you know, stuff as well to create the world that he did, and then, of course, you know, everybody else borrowed from, you know, Tolkien's inspiration. Like, for elves, because, I mean, like Native Americans, like, normally we are hairless except for the top of our heads. We have long hair, and, you know, we grow it out, and it grows quite fast. But even, like, eyebrows, you get, like, some full-blooded people, yeah, and they don't even have eyebrows. Like, that's how hairless, right? Me, personally, I mean, I'm not hairy. I mean, I could show you my legs, but my legs aren't very hairy. They were hairier when I was younger, and I think I'm losing hair. My hair on my body is falling off. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's just kind of interesting that, you know, like what the inspirations are, you know. Don't know. And I mean, it's like, is that the only reason? Because the facial hair is ugly? That the elves don't grow hair? Like, alright, you know. Terracotta, if my primer layer is smooth textured when I'm done applying too much. Wait, what? If my primer layer is smooth textured when done, am I applying too much? That's entirely okay. There's varying degrees of smooth. Now, primer typically is kind of a matte like finish, kind of like almost like paper. You know how paper has a slight texture to it? Think of it like that. Okay. Now, yes, some paper is very smooth, right? And some papers are very rough. So there's varying degrees of texture there. Now, if the primer is super smooth, like it's like the plastic, then, obviously, yeah, it might be a little bit too much. But the other part of it is, though, it's too much, but it was too close. And so typically, if you're noticing that details are being obscured, then yes, you're laying down too much. Primer is only to provide a surface for the paint to get a hold of. Now, if you're going with contrast, you want to apply a pretty uniform coverage over the model surface. Normally, I really kind of advise against that, especially with colored primers, only because the tendency is to end up over priming on a model surface. But the way contrast is designed to work, it's designed to work that on that pure surface, right? So as opposed to if you were just priming normally and you wanted to keep your paint layers really thin, you don't lay a very heavy primer down, and where you could, to the point where you pretty much can see some of the model showing through. Yeah, you're fine. But with contrast, you kind of want to lay a pretty even coverage down on that surface. So, but yeah, again, with the smoothness and roughness, yeah, I think you'd kind of have to like show an example of what you're talking about here. But primer typically is not very smooth. If you're using a spray can and you're spraying it about 12 inches, 30 centimeters away from the model, and I have many videos on priming, and typically the way I go about priming my models, especially with a spray can, is I keep the can moving. So I hit the button, and so it sprays like that. So I'm spraying like that. And I only do 2 pumps, typically 2 pumps per side of the model. So I'll spray 2 pumps to the model, turn it 90 degrees, 2 pumps, 90 degrees, 2 pumps, you know what I mean? And then maybe 2 from the top, and then maybe 1 from the bottoms, catching the undersides, right? Come and spray up like that. And that's about it. Again, the entire time I'm doing this with the can. Reason I do that is because sometimes when you spray the can, sometimes a little bit of paint gathers in that nozzle. And I'm sure if you've done a lot of priming with spray cans, you've seen it happen. You get a little bit of paint, even with airbrushing as well. This is also good common practice. And then you start the thing, and it spits a bunch of paint onto your model. And that's really annoying. So that's why you always kind of start you start the airflow off away from your project and then come at it, right? Anyway. Stinky Diver, you mean to say you don't have topless women walking around the new bunker? WTF? Why bother coming out there? It's just not a thing, man. It's not a thing. Come for the gaming? Huh? Games. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Wife must have waxed your legs when you were napping. No. I don't think so. Geofits. I think elves don't have facial hair because it provides a bit of youthfulness to them. Ah, okay. Okay. I can see that. Pirate Captain Daniel. Maybe there is a dimension that has elves with beards in it. Ah, that's very likely as well. We could cross into a dimension as people keep making errors with the paints. You don't cross the paints, right? So, and we may get to a dimension where elves have beards. Eldar have big beards. There could be Eldar. The Eldar avatar could have a big lava beard. Why not, right? Could happen. Time we had here. Holy camolies. Is that right? We got 19 minutes left of the show already? Have I been talking this whole time? Have I been talking this whole time? Joe, Kris, I know it's been a while, but how was your trip to the UK? My trip to the UK was not long enough. I wish I had more time. I wish I could have got to meet everybody in the UK that wanted to say hi and such, and because I know like Ghost Starman Deluxe. I still feel bad about it. I still feel bad. He stopped by, and I just didn't have the opportunity to stop and say hi, and I feel bad about that, Ghost. I know, I feel bad. I'll make it up to you somehow at some point in the future. Whatever happens, whatever may occur, I will find you. I wasn't gonna do it like Daniel Day-Lewis, but I was gonna, no matter what occurs. Anyway, yeah, the UK trip was great. Of course, at the time, I wasn't able to, say why and what I was doing there, of course. But now I think it's kind of self-evident as to why and what I was doing there. And it was great. It was a great time. Great meeting everybody. Met a whole bunch of fantastic artists. Ben Comets, Andy Wardle, Henry Steele, Tyler, Mango Miniatures, I can't remember, Richard Gray, of course, Sam Lance, Pete Wargamer, meeting all of them. That was fantastic. It was great. All a bunch of really great dudes, and yeah, it was awesome. It was fun, It was once in a lifetime kind of opportunity, and especially to go to Warhammer World, I mean, here's how we can compare things, right? So people can kind of get an idea on perspectives. I think Warhammer World for a lot of us is it's not the same, but if we're comparing, it's kind of like Mecca. It's like going to the Mecca, the beginning, right? Whereas coming to mini wargaming is kind of like Disney World. And I think that's the kind of thing. So if you're into this kind of fun stuff, and you're really into it, that's the kind of experience, right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. Anyway. Pirate Captain Daniel, Kris, with what you've just explained, what happens if you airbrush spits paint mid-flow? Mine did it earlier and made a mess. Is the paint too thin? No. If the paint is spitting mid-flow, that's possible that you're getting dry paint on your needle, and it's building, and it builds to a point where it also starts to like gather a lot of paint, and then all of a sudden the gravity of all that paint just comes off the needle, and it goes and a bunch of little bit of paint. That's entirely possible. Yeah, it all depends. I mean, like, is it just like a little splutter? You're noticing all of a sudden it's just kind of, yeah, that also could be, it could be an indicator of a blockage as well. Something's blocking paint, and so it's stopping, and then all of a sudden, in the rush, kind of, and it spits a bunch more paint out. More than what would normally go, So, yeah. Nathaniel, Mini Wargaming Bunker is Medina, and GWHQ is Mecca. All right. What's Medina? I don't know what Medina is. I don't know what that is. I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but I don't know. Where am I? Stinky Diver. Discord after hours today, Kris? Possibly. Ghost Hammer Deluxe. Well, just say you owe me a beer or two. I owe you a beer or two. No matter what occurs, I will get you a beer. I don't know. Are you old enough yet? I didn't think you were old enough. I can't remember. Nathaniel, did you had to sign a NDA for the paint test event? Did I had to sign? What do you think? Ghost Starman looks. Warhammer World is Warhammer World to me is like grown up Legoland. Yeah, it's kind of like that, sure, right? It's kind of, F usernames 321. Medina is the other holy city. Oh, is it? Okay. The other? Why is the other in quotations? I don't know. Lewis, love those sound effects when describing a spitting airbrush. Well, I mean, I'm sure as you're airbrushing, you've heard those sounds, and that's the sound to me. You know what I mean? Like, All right. Because we have 14 minutes left of the show, and I think I only have... Oh, I might have 2 emails. Oh, I have 2 emails. Okay, I'm only doing 2 emails. Called it. Called it. Called it. Let's do an email. Because we can, and we shall. And so if you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down, but here it comes. Yeah, let's do this one.
Email time. It's email time.
Oh, that's it. I don't ever hear the audio. I will have to watch the little meter peaking. Anyway, this one is from Mad Maxim 81. Hi, Kris. It's been a while. It's been quite a while since I last sent you an email, so I thought I would send some pictures of my Death Guard, more precisely a malignant plague caster, and a plague marine. I've been going for a bone-colored armor to make it look like old pre-heresy white armor of the Death Guard that has been left out in the sun for too long and has aged accordingly. I think they're some of my best models, even though I've been doing this for some 25 years. 2nd edition Warhammer 40,000 was my first edition back in 1994 with totally monopose Space Marines, Space Orcs, and cardboard Orc Dreadnought. Being in the hobby for that long doesn't automatically make for a great miniature painter. Nope. Though I still think they're pretty great, and if I can keep all my models up to this standard, I'll be more than happy. Your comments are most welcome, oh great monkey lord, and thanks for all the hours of insightful rants, laughs, and great advice. Thank you. Best regards, the Kingdom of Denmark. Mad Maxim 81. Mad Maxim? Mad Maxim? Let me make sure I'm on the right camera here. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Let's go with this one. And so here is Mad Maxim's models. I think everything looks nice and clean. I think the only thing is, I think I'd like to see the bolt gun barrels drilled out. That's only a minor thing. I like the white of the armor. I like it's nice and clean. Yeah. Looks like we're taking care of mold lines and things like that. So, you know, I mean, like, it's good prep. It's nice and clean. I like around the eye lenses of the buddy on the right there. I mean, that's nice and clean. Yeah. I think the benefit of working in this clean fashion like this, though, it allows you to come back later on and, you know, touch up things here and there when you feel more comfortable with other kinds of techniques, or you're more comfortable with highlightings, or, you know, just anything like that, right? If you practice early on to stay nice and neat, you know, even if you just base coat the model, you can always come back later and, you know, and do other things. And I think, you know, like here, I mean, this is a really great example of just keeping things really nice and neat, not getting too bogged down as far as trying to achieve anything outside of what you're comfortable doing, and just, you know, going for a nice, effective paint job. And this is a nice, effective paint job. Gets the point across. I think it's a little bit of light. Some of the white is kind of blown out in the pictures, but that's minor. I mean, who cares? This is picture. We're talking models. We're not talking photography here, kids. So, you know. But a huge thank you to Mad Maxim for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Look forward to more, buddy. And, you know, yeah. Please do. Please send more. Please send more. This next one here is from Matthew Hagen? Hansel? Here is a photo of my work in progress knight and venom crawler. All of my more side angle shots come out blurry because I did not have the flash installed on the camera. This is from Matthew. I only got one picture, Matthew. Did you send more than one picture? I like that. He's got a sign on here. No, wrong one. Let's go with this one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've only got the one picture here, but I'm going to pretend you did more. I like your work. I like that, you kept things pretty neat. I like the little transition of color in the red. And my dog just came walking in here. I don't know. She usually doesn't come down here until, like it's storming. And it still looks pretty sunny out, so I don't know what's going on. She's got me freaked out now. But anyway, the red. I like the red. I like you got that little bit of deeper tone around the gold icons. Just keeping creating a bit of shadowing. From what I can see on the knight, I really like the red and the bright gold. I like that contrast, or brass. The metal looks good. Looks pretty straightforward. Looks like you laid down a metal and then did. It looks like you used non-oil matte. And I mean that's fun. There's nothing wrong with that because it contrasts nicely with the gold or brass, right? So because the brass looks nice and shiny. But have you ever tried non-oil gloss or even Reichland Flesh Shade gloss? Because the Reichland Flesh Shade gloss is great for those gold bits. Just an idea. Just something to consider. I do have a few videos on using those in those instances. So if you ever want to check them out, feel free. If you're a Vault member, if you're not, try it for free for 7 days. Be sure to get the silver membership so you can get access to everything. Yeah. I think on the knight it looks great. I kind of wish there was more pictures of the knight. I kind of wish that. And your table. Your table looks interesting. Have we seen this table before? Have you sent him pictures of your table? Have we seen it before? Because that looks familiar. On the icon on the ground. But I like it, dude. I like it. The knight looks really great. Your what is it? The Doom Crawler or whatever heck it goes? Spider Crawler? What the F is that thing called? What is it called again? I can't remember. Venom Crawler, that's it. A Venom Crawler. Everybody's screaming at their screen right now. Kris, it's called a Venom Crawler, you dummy. But awesome stuff. Thank you guys for sending those emails in. Hey, we only got like 6 minutes left of the show, so. And those were the only 2 emails people sent in, so, too bad. I'm not reading any more emails. We're ending the show at a normal time today. I'm sorry, but we're ending the show at a normal time. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of quickly jumping through things here. Let's make sure I'm all caught up on things and I'm not missing anything, any super chats or anything like that. Where am I? Ghost Star and Deluxe. Still a year left in the UK, and while in the US, but in Germany and some other European countries, we're all good. Oh, for your age. Gotcha. I hear ya. Well, maybe I'll have to come for your legal drinking age, and we'll just hit the town. And we'll paint the town in. What typical color is vomit in? What color is that? Because we'll paint it in that color. I remember when we were walking back from the bar in Nottingham, and yeah, there was people on the streets, and there was somebody, and they just like that. It was just like all over the sidewalk, like right while we were walking past. It was like, oh my god, we had to jump over it, kind of thing. Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time though. We had a good time. Nathaniel, if just for the table, the paint job is great. Yeah, definitely. David Kincaid, hi Kris. How do I email you? Cheers. It is in the description in the video. Click the description. You'll see email Kris@miniwargaming.com. KRIS @miniwargaming.com. That is the email address to send me your emails. And of course, it also linked for waythebrush.com as well. Yeah, Nathaniel. Thank you, Nathaniel. Nathaniel put it in there. Nathaniel, it's heresy. That's what it's called. Oh. John Grammaticus over on Twitch. Hi, Chris. Sorry I'm late. Guess I missed the show. Dang night shifts. Hey, that's all right. That's why we got these saved on rerun. On the reruns. Job is left not. Chris is only ending the show on time because he misses his walking around with walking around with her norks out. What's a nork? With her norks out. Nork? With her norks, I've got nothing for that. I've got nothing. You've got me. You got me, Jobless Left Nut. You got me. I've got nothing for that. I was walking around with her norks out. Anyway. Mikey R. Yep. Sounds like Nottingham. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Vomit is red if you drink enough Mephiston Red. There we go. You can't argue with that logic. That science checks out. That science checks out. You drink enough Mephiston Red, you're gonna throw up red. You can't argue with that. That's sound logic. G squared, Chris. How did it sound in Nottingham again? How did it sound in Nottingham? No, I'm not. Joe, Chris, I think we both know you know what a nork is, my dude. I know what a nork is. Because he was saying the missus is walking around with her norks out. But I've never heard of norks. Norks? Orc narks? Narks? Yeah, knock? Yeah, knock? Orc narks? Is that how they say it in Boston? Oh man, I don't know if I can take too much of a game like going like that. Somebody from playing 40K with somebody from Boston. Oh my god. Yeah, my Oknak. I can't even do it. Oknak. It's a knack. What? Oh man. F usernames 321 Norks is Aussie slang for boobs. Really? Is that what that is? Hold on. Jabba's Left Nut, you're from Australia? Hold on, that's the news of the day. I thought Jabba's Left Nut, I thought you were American. Anyway. Oh, no, my doggy's leaving now. Where are you going? Damn dog. Damn dog. Thomas Larson. Hey, Chris. Does it have to be over email? Or is Instagram okay? Cheers for the vids. No. Email. Because if you're sending me an email, I read it on the show. Because basically you sending me the email is your permission for me to post it. And if you attach pictures in the email that are yours, you are giving me permission to post it and talk about it. It's all about permissions, really, is what it is, right? So if it's off to a website, there's no way I'm going to go fact check whether or not that website that you sent me off to look at your pictures. There's no way for me to know that those are your pictures. Whereas if you downloaded the picture and sent it to me and it wasn't your picture, well, it's not really my problem that you're committing fraud in a sense, right? So, yeah. Jabba's Left Nut, no English. Oh, you're English. But Norks are Aussie for... Or is Norks also a UK thing as well? I have no idea, man. Come on. Again, we just got to this dimension. I'm still learning some of its customs. John J. Oh my god, I'm late. What am I gonna do? Watch the rerun. Holy crap, it's 2:00. And you signed up just in time to catch the end of the show. That was it for the emails. Right? Yep, that's it for emails. That was it. And we're done. Yeah, Jabba's Left Nut. Really? You're English? I thought. See, I don't know. Joe, I'm going to email you the Mona Lisa. Now, if you painted the Mona Lisa on a miniature, awesome. If you're sending me a picture of the Mona Lisa and saying it's yours, well, that's, I think, a fabrication, I think. And, liar, liar, pants on fire, I think, is where we go with that, right? So. But anyway. But it's not up to me. Again, it's just all about, just making sure that there's no things where basically, because like to go back to sending pictures and stuff as emails, it's just so that everything's kind of on the up and up, right? And plus too, I don't like when people send links off to like it used to be like PhotoBucket and stuff like that, because they often have ads running and it's like a little picture and then all these freaking ads are flying around. It's annoying as hell. So please don't do it. Joe, I would never fabricate. Fabricate? I embellish truths. Well, okay. Well, now we're talking semantics now, but okay. Either way, is it the truth, or is it embellished truth? Embellished truth is not the truth, right? Here's famous words I heard so long ago that these words have stuck with me, and they apply. And the truth of it is always very, very true. The truth of it is always very true. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. See, I'm trying to sound smart, but I'm not sounding smart right now. I'm sounding like an idiot. But anyway, okay, here it is. Here's the quote, okay? And some of you might have heard me say it before, and I'll say it again, okay? No matter how thin or thick you cut it, it is baloney. Okay? So, baloney, no matter how thin or thick you cut it, it's still baloney. Right? And that's like the truth. No matter how thin or thick you cut it, a lie, no matter how thin or thick you cut it, it's still the same. Right? No matter how you dice or rearrange it, whatever, it is still that. Right? Because that's truth. That's truth. That's you can't mess with the truth. That's why I like the truth. That's why I like to tell the truth, because you can't mess it. You can't dispute it. It's the truth. Right? I mean, I realize in this day and age, people's interpretations of truth are so confangled, but when you stop and really think about it, you can't know. And when you really stop to think about things and realize that, how batshit crazy people are and what they believe, it's crazy. Nathaniel, pants on fire. We're taking pics of ourselves in Way the Brush shirt, nothing else. Nathaniel, please just don't just send a picture of yourself in your shirt. It doesn't have to be pantless. Crazy sons of guns. Joe cracking an egg of knowledge on me. I'm going to clean up my act now. All right. John J. My uncle taught me as a kid better to remain silent and be thought of a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Yeah. And Confucius say, he who falls asleep with finger up butt, wake up with stinky finger. Confucius say, man who stand on toilet, high on pot. Porker Bean 69, get some Way of the Brush pants. Problem solved. There we go. That's it. Pork and beans. I guess I got to cut you in on a slice, right? Because there we go. Way of the Brush pants. And I'll make them yoga pants. Oh, got weird again. Oh, it got weird. All right. I think we're done. We're done emails. We're all caught up. So, if you're able to attend live, ask your questions, whichever direction it is. And of course, if you're brand new to this hobby, always feel free to ask your questions. And of course, if you're watching us after the fact, send your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It is in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. It has links all the social medias and Discord. Discord's been fantastic. We usually jump over to Discord after the show. Yeah, we hang and talk out. Wow. And we talk. But be mindful in Discord and also on the Discord channel. I don't censor people's language for the most part, so, be mindful. I mean, don't revel in curse words or anything like that, but I mean, whatever gets your point across, right? Anyway, Discord's been fantastic. Way the Brush also has links for t-shirts. You want to help support the cause? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world. They're wearing a Way the Brush t-shirt. And of course, if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself clothed in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also on waythebrush.com. And of course, waythebrush.com also has links for Patreon support. huge thank you to all the people who currently support me on Patreon. I only ever charge per episode of Wave the Brush. I only ever do Wave the Brush once a week. So 4 weeks in a month, 5 weeks in a month, right? You kind of know what you're getting into as far as how much you'd be contributing, right? So I do produce other videos infrequently, but usually Wave the Brush I produce pretty consistently. So that's really the reason why I charge for it. Otherwise, yeah. But anyway. Patreon support, and so if you're considering Patreon support, huge thank you, and they help keep the show running and upkeep, site maintenance, stuff like that. And if you're not able to support monetarily, there are other ways to help support the channel by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing, and of course on Twitch, following, and all the other Twitchness, and so huge thank you to everybody. I think we answered most of the questions. I think we got most of the way through this today without being too weird, right? If not, I'll just move us all to another dimension again. Whatever, right? Nathaniel, better pantless pics than yoga pants. Joe, Wave the Brush sweatpants with sexy on the butt. Juicy on the butt. Just says juicy. Bunch of guys walking around. Bunch of war gamers. Okay, hold on. Let's let that settle in here for a minute. A bunch of war gamers, and the physique, the manly physiques of war gamers, because most war gamers are manly, or men, I should say. It's a male-dominated hobby. I realize there's a lot of females around as well, but a lot of boys with yoga pants saying juicy across their bums. Oh my God. I don't know. Nathaniel, Slaneshi pants. Woo. Like the assless chaps kind of thing? Is that what we're talking about? Oh God, no. Aaron Seach, Wave the Brush tactical kilt. Make it happen. A tactical kilt. Oh, good God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Go Starman Deluxe. Confucius said, if pics don't feature pants, the Monkey Lord rants. That's a good one. I like that. That's clever. That's a clever one, man. That's clever. Clever. A tactical kilt. What is a tactical kilt, by the way? Oh, I'm getting the hell out of here. You guys are getting weird on me. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading any more of these things here anymore. I'm not reading them. In fact, let's turn them off. We should turn them off because there's crazy people. There's crazy people in here. John J, what mic setup do you use? What mic setup? I have a Blue. It's a Blue Yeti, but it's the whole arm and mount, shock mount. Joe, we all know one of those dudes still sporting a utility kilt in 2019. A utility kilt? I can't even say that. Utility kilt? Utility kilt. Dustin Reeves, assless chaos? If chaos had an ass, wouldn't they be pants? Well, what? Assless chaos. Assless chaps. Yeah, assless chaps. If chaps had an ass, wouldn't they be pants? I don't know. All right, I'm getting the hell out of here because you guys are getting really weird on me. How do we usually end the show? Oh no. Go Starman Deluxe. Click this link for free. Sexy Nurglebums. No virus. Yep. Always. Whenever it says no virus, yeah, there's a virus. Yeah. It's like, oh, there's no virus here. Yeah, there's no virus. Yeah, there's no virus. Yeah, there's always a virus. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And I will see you guys next weekend for another exciting episode of... What's the show called again? Way of the Brush? Okay, first of all, the wife won't be coming back. Because, first of all, she wasn't in the frame anyway, but it's not that kind of show. You have to head over to another channel for those kind of shows. And I don't think you need Kris doing those kind of shows either, because it wouldn't be pretty. Would not be pretty at all. Peep Eater. Waiting for the Slanesh themed episode, Way the Brush. Oof. I don't know. That sounds really wrong. Really wrong. Really wrong? Really wrong. Really wrong. I don't know. I don't know why you guys are still here. Go. Go paint something. Go do something. Be creative. Do something. Be somebody. Go. Turn us off. What do you... Stop. Go. Shoot. Ugh. All right, fine. It's like, you remember when you're like your kids and you hang up. You hang up the phone. No, you hang up the phone. No, you hang up. Some of you might be never remember phones, but because everybody just texts now. Everybody's just, yeah, we used to talk on phones, but back in the day, and we said, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Anyway, now you have to read about phones in a history book. Get out of here. Go. Play. Paint. Do something.